I'll be using an overlock machine to assemble this t-shirt. If you don't have an overlock, that's okay. You can get by with a regular sewing machine. I will explain that in a minute. The reason that an overlock is used for a t-shirt is because it creates a seam that once it's made, it's still stretchable, right? And because the t-shirt is made out of stretchy fabric and you sort of pull it over your head, or the seams itself need to be stretchy. That being said, this t-shirt design by default comes with a relatively wide neck, so you can get it over your head without stretching it. So you can get by without a stretchable seam, and thus you can get by without an overlock. But even if you need a stretchable seam, you can sort of get by using a zigzag stitch on a regular sewing machine, because the zigzag stitch will also be stretchable. Okay, so this is my back piece, like this. This is the neck opening right here, and these are the shoulder seams. And the first thing we're going to do is put the shoulder seams, join the shoulder seams. So we do that with our good sides together. So this is the front piece, right? I'm going to put that down on the back. And this will be the seam that I will be joining. There you go. And while this does not look like much, I think that this is the most revealing way to show this. As you can see, our t-shirt is sort of inside out, and we're going to join those two shoulder seams here. That's one. And two. Now our front and backs are joined at the shoulder, as you can see, like this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set in the sleeves. We're going to do that by placing our t-shirt down on our table with the good side down, like that. And then put our sleeve on top of it with the good side down too. All right, so we have joined our t-shirt shoulder seams here and here. We are going to take our sleeve. Now we need to figure out which is the front and which is the back. So this is the front and that's the back. Why? Because I can see that this is more curved, but you may also mark your pattern pieces if you feel more comfortable that way. We're going to put the good sides together. So since this is the front, this should go like that, right? That seam should be joined with that seam. We're going to pin it in a few places. And the reason that we do that is because this fabric is a little bit stretchy. And so the risk is that one side stretches more than the other. And this typically happens because this big part will be hanging from your machine. And because of that, it will stretch the seam much further than this part, because this is light and small part, so it won't stretch as much. So we're just going to pin the start here. There you go. And then we need to make sure that the end is there. Like that. And then you can just put in a couple of pins, like 3 or 4 will do along the way, just to make sure that your sleeve sits where it should sit, and that you're not stretching it into a place where it shouldn't. go. I'm really on the fence about this fabric, but what matters is that you learn how to do it. So there we go. This is our sleeve. Just put that on the overlock and we're good to go. But while I'm at it, I will also pin the second sleeve, which I thought I had here. There we go. So just to double check, this is the second sleeve. This is the front part. So that looks good. Needs to go like that as well. One side, there to start, the end, or the start, depending on where you start, I guess. This is the back. And I'll just put in a few more pins along the way. Alright, now let's join these seams.